This audiovisual presentation is all about percentile of ungroup data. So first, mag-focus muna po tayo doon sa word na percentile. So ang origin po ng word na percentile is percent. At kapag sinabi nating percent, meaning per 100. So for the definition, percentile divides a rank-ordered dataset into 100 equal parts. So, sa pag-identify naman po ng percentile ng given dataset, meron po tayong ginagamit na formula. So, we have here P sub I is equal to quantity I times n plus 1 over 100 raised to TH. So, yung formula po na to, ito po yung ginagamit natin para po ma-identify natin yung location ng given percentile sa ating dataset, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, up to 99. So, meaning, depende kung anong given percentile ang hahanapin natin. So, kung anong given percentile ang hahanapin natin, ayun yung magiging value ng I. Where N naman po stands for a number of sample. So, kung ilan ang bilang ng data natin sa ating dataset, ayun naman po yung magiging value ng N. So, for our given number 1, so you're going to find the 50th percentile or P50 of the following set of data. So yan po, meron po tayo ditong dataset na ungroup data, meaning hindi po siya nakaset as frequency table. Okay, so unang gagawin natin, identify muna po natin yung value ng N. So ilan po bang data ang meron tayo sa ating given? So N is equal to 15. How about naman yung value ng I? So, since ang hinahanap natin ay 50th percentile, so therefore, the value of I is equal to 50. Then, bago po natin gamitin ang ating formula, so kailangan muna po natin i-arrange ang data natin in order. So, i-arrange muna natin siya in ascending order. So, mag-start tayo sa smallest up to the highest data in our given. So, kagaya ng nakikita nyo sa screen, ayan po, naka-arrange na po siya in ascending order. So, ngayon, let us use the formula. So, substitute lang po natin ang value ng N saka yung value ng I. So, from P sub I, magiging P sub 50 na siya. And that's equal to, so value ng I natin is 50 times, from N plus 1, magiging 15 plus 1. Over 100. Then, evaluate lang natin step by step. So, let's start tayo sa addition sa ating numerator. So, 15 plus 1, we have 16. So, in the numerator now, we have here 50 times 16. The next step natin, multiplication. I-multiply natin yung dalawang numbers sa numerator. And the product is 800. And finally, let's perform division. 800 over 100 or 800 divided by 100, that's equal to 8. So, by the use of this formula, now, we can identify the location of the 50th percentile. So, ang location po ng 50th percentile, siya po yung pang-8 doon sa ating dataset na inarrange natin in ascending order. So, therefore, P sub 50 is equal to 10. Okay, for given number 2, find the 75th percentile of the following set of data. So, same lamang po yung ginamit kong given. Kaya for the value of N, that is equal to 15. Now, how about for the value of I? Dahil 75th percentile na yung hahanapin natin, therefore, the value of I is 75. So, naka-arrange naman na siya in order. So, pwede na natin gamitin yung ating formula. I-substitute natin. So, from P sub I, it will become P sub 75 equals quantity. So, value ng I is 75 times N plus 1. So, 15 plus 1 pa din. Divided by 100 raised to TH. So, evaluate lang uli natin step by step. Magsimula tayo sa addition doon sa numerator. 15 plus 1, that's equal to 16. So, after we add, let's perform multiply. So, 75 times 16, that's equal to 1,200 over 100. And finally, division, 1,200 divided by 100, that is equal to 12. So, based on our computation, so lumalabas na ang location ng 75th percentile, siya yung pang 12 place doon sa ating dataset na naka-arrange na in order. So, yung pang 12 place po sa ating dataset is 14. So, therefore, P sub 75 or 75th percentile of this dataset is equal to 14. For given number 3, find the 40th percentile of the following set of data. So, same given pa din po ang ginamit natin. Naka-arrange na siya in ascending order. So, value of n is 15. So, again, kung ilan ang data sa ating dataset, ayun po yung value ng n. For the value of I, so since ang hinahanap natin this time ay 40th percentile, so I is equal to 40. Then next, substitute na natin ang ating given doon sa ating formula. From P sub I, magiging P sub 40 equals quantity, value ng I natin, 40, times from n plus 1, magiging 15 plus 1. So, kagaya ng nauna, ang unang step natin ay addition. So, equals 40 times 16. Okay, then after addition, multiplication naman tayo sa numerator. So, 40 times 16, that's equal to 640 over 100. And finally, division. Okay, 640 divided by 100, that is equal to 6.4. So, this time, naka-encounter tayo ng answer na may decimal. 6.4. So, meaning, ang location ng 40th percentile ay nasa pagitan ng 6th and 7th place doon sa ating naka-arrange na dataset. So, how can we obtain the location of this percentile? Dahil may decimal nang involved. So, P sub 40 equals, okay, yung whole number natin, so 6th place. Okay, then, i-add natin siya ngayon doon sa decimal number na nakuha natin, that's 0.4. Then, multiply tayo doon sa difference ng 7th and 6th place natin doon sa ating dataset. Then, next na gagawin natin, substitution. So, yung pang 6th place sa ating dataset, that's equal to 8. Plus 0.4 times natin sa pang 7th minus 6. So, ang 7th place natin ay 9, while ang 6th place naman natin ay 8. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 9 minus 8 doon sa loob ng parenthesis. So, evaluate lang natin. P sub 40, so unahin natin yung second term, equals 8 plus 0.4 times 1. 1 is the difference of 9 minus 8. Okay, evaluate uli natin. Unahin natin yung second term. So, 0.4 times 1. So, any number that you multiply to 1 is equal by itself. So, we obtain 8 plus 0.4. And finally, i-combine natin 8 plus 0.4. So, P sub 40 is equal to 8.4. Now, let's proceed to the second part of this audiovisual presentation. It's all about quartile of and group data. So, the origin of the word quartile is quarter. So, when we say quarter, so we talk about 1/4 of a whole. So, for the definition, so quartiles divides a rank-ordered data set into 4 equal parts. So, may ginagamit din po tayong formula para ma-locate natin yung quartile sa isang given data set. So, the formula is Q sub I equals quantity I times n plus 1 over 4 raised to th. So, once again, ang formula na to ay para ma-identify natin ang location ng quartile doon sa rank-ordered na dataset. So, where I is equal to 1, 2, or 3, or kung depende kung ano yung hanapin natin, quartile 1 ba, quartile 2, or quartile 3, while n naman is the number of sample. Meaning, so value ng n kung ilan ang data natin sa ating given dataset. So, for our example, we were going to find the quartile 1, quartile 2 and quartile 3 of the following dataset. Okay, so nakikita nyo naman po yung sa screen ang ating given dataset. So, unahin muna natin syempre yung value ng n. Ilang numbers ba ang meron tayo dito sa given? So, we have 9. So, n is equal to 9. Tapos, bago natin gamitin yung formula natin, so kailangan muna nating i-arrange ang ating dataset in ascending order. So, ayan na, nakikita nyo na. Naka-arrange na siya in ascending order. So, ngayon, pwede na po tayo mag-start ng computation. Let's start with quartile 1. So, dahil quartile 1 ang unang hahanapin natin, meaning the value of I in quartile 1 is 1. Okay, so substitute natin. So, that's equal to quantity 1 times quantity from n plus 1, magiging 9 plus 1 over 4. So, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, i-evaluate lang natin siya step by step. So, in numerator, ang unang gagawin natin is addition. I-add natin yung number sa loob ng parenthesis. So, it will become 1 times 10. The next is multiplication. I-multiply natin yung number sa numerator. 1 times 10, so we obtain 10 over 4. And lastly, i-divide natin. So, 10 divided by 4, that is equal to 2.5. So, kagaya doon sa ating previous example, ang nakuha nating value ay may decimal. So, paano po natin malolocate kapag may decimal ang ating location? So, 2.5 meaning malolocate natin siya sa pagitan ng second and third data doon sa ating given. So, paano po ang gagawin natin para ma-locate natin yan? So, una, yung whole number natin is 2 stands for the second dataset. Okay, na naka-arrange. Tapos, i-add natin siya sa ating given decimal. So, 0.5. Tapos, we will multiply it to the difference of the third and second. So, once again, ang location po, since 2.5 yan, ang location ng quartile 1 ay nasa pagitan ng second and third value natin sa ating dataset. So, next step natin, let's substitute the value. So, second, so that's equal to 18 plus 0.5 multiply to the difference of third and second, which is 24 yung pang third natin, ima-minus natin sa 18 because 18 yung pang second. So, evaluate lang natin step by step. So, simulan natin doon sa loob ng parenthesis sa second term. So, it will become 18 times 0.5. So, when we subtract, that's equal to 6. Okay, then followed by multiplication. So, 18 plus, so the product of 0.5 and 6, pag multiply natin yung nakaguhit na yan, yung naka-underline na yan, that is equal to 3. Then lastly, i-combine natin. So, quartile 1 equals 18 plus 3, so that's equal to 21. Next, let's identify the location of the quartile 2. So, dahil quartile 2 na po yung hahanapin natin, meaning the value of I is 2. Same given lang din yung ginamit natin. So, meaning, ang value ng n o yung number of dataset natin ay 9 pa din. So, nasa screen naman, nakita nyo na naka-arrange naman siya in order. So, i-substitute natin yung value ng n sa value ng I sa ating formula. So, now, we have here equals quantity 2, okay, because quartile 2 ang hinahanap, times, so from quantity n plus 1, so that's equal to 9 plus 1 over 4. So, evaluate natin step by step. So, numerator, mag-plus muna tayo. So, it will become quantity 2 times 10. So, after addition, multiplication naman. So, from 2 times 10, that's equal to 20. So, now, let's evaluate 20 over 4 or 20 divided by 4. That is equal to 5. This time, whole number ang nakuha natin. So, we can locate the second quartile doon sa pang-limang pwesto. Okay, sa pang-fifth place natin doon sa ating given dataset, which is 33. So, therefore, the value of quartile 2 in this dataset is equal to 33. Then, for the last, find the quartile 3 of the given dataset. So, same given tayo. naka-arrange na siya in order, so n is equal to 9. At dahil nga quartile 3 ang hahanapin natin, so the value of I is equal to 3. So let's substitute in our formula. So quartile 3 is equal to quantity 3 times 9 plus 1 divided by 4. So evaluate natin step by step. Magsimula tayo sa addition. So 9 plus 1, that's equal to 10. So that's equal to 3 times 10 over 4. So after addition naman, multiplication. So it will become 30 over 4. Then kapag dinivide natin, we obtain 7.5. So ang location po ng quartile 3 natin ay nasa pagitan ng 7th and 8th place doon po sa inarrange nating dataset. So to solve the quartile 3, so since the whole number is 7, so the first term is the 7th term. Okay. Plus yung ating given decimal, so plus 0.5 na imumultiply naman natin doon sa pang 8 and 7. So once again, ang location po ng quartile 3 natin ay nasa pagitan ng 8 and 7th place. Kaya tayo magma-minus. So substitute natin, so the 7th place is 59. Plus 0.5 multiply to the difference of 8 and 7, so that is 61 minus 59. So evaluate muna natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. Let's perform subtraction. Okay, so the equation become, so 59 plus 0.5 times 2. Okay, next step natin, sa second term pa din, multiplication. So multiply natin yung naka-underline, so 0.5 times 2. So now it will become equals 59 plus 1. And lastly, for the quartile 3, i-combine lang natin. So 59 plus 1, so we obtain that the answer or that the quartile 3 is equal to 60.